Okay, so welcome to Recycling Update 19. Thank you. We won't be having the Bob Bessel Award until right before lunch, so in case you were waiting for that, you can talk to Bob all you want right now, but then we'll do the award a little bit later. Fortunately, a bump in programming. So for those of you that don't know, what is Recycling Update? So basically it's new and different. What's new and different in zero waste or discards materials management. High points only presentations. So that's 10 minutes or less with questions. So basically that means track down the speakers at the breaks, corner them, make sure you ask them what their favorite smell is, whether it's compost, landfill, or MRF. So what's new to Recycling Update this year? Discount registration of $50 for students, interns, and those between full-time work. We really need to, yes, final thing. So we really need to include as many people as we can in this kind of a format in these conferences, because we need to think about the future of this industry. Millennials are the most environmentally and socially conscious generation we've seen. We need to include them as much as we can, and they need to get in on the cheap. So we also have Job Seekers Corner this year. Rebecca Jewell, my co-chair. Sorry, there's Rebecca right there. Thank you. We'll be having Job Seekers Corner right over there somewhere at break. Rebecca will explain more later, but it's to help folks that are looking for jobs or maybe looking for jobs, maybe pass out some resumes, meet some industry leaders. Our content today, so as it was last year, it was well received, we'll be continuing with the 4 R's story, telling the hierarchy with reduce first. And as it's most important, actually Zero Waste Planner Extraordinaire Ruth Abbey has said, it's most important to think about programs, people, and the community when you're thinking about zero waste. So we'll be going through programs and technologies and systems, but most importantly, the community journey that is zero waste. So, our first R, reduce. We'll be hearing more about every other week garbage, pay per set out garbage, and then why you might want to actually kiss the garbage cart goodbye. So, reduce also, in case you didn't know, 40% of all of our food from farm to fork to landfill, so through the whole process, 40% of all of that is wasted every year. That's the food hierarchy right there. Food recovery is becoming more and more popular, more on the social consciousness all around the world. Actually, the European Union Parliament dedicated 2014 as the year of food recovery. And the Pope even said food away is a sin. So it's definitely something that's more and more important to think about, and more people are recognizing it. We'll be hearing more about expiration dating from a very popular speaker that's really anywhere, any kind of media you can find. She's been speaking about the 40% wasted and how we can reduce that. We'll also be learning more about really important food waste reduction software for businesses too. So reuse, our second R. How did reuse do in 2013? Pretty well. Online sales of about 16 billion. Consignment resale sales about 13 billion. And the national consciousness got a real big dose of reuse with a popular song about thrift shopping, of course. I'm gonna pop some tag. Anyway, so reuse. Also, we got a long way to go. So 29 billion in sales. We spend twice that on our pets. So there's a long way to go. We're doing well, but it's a long way. Only 15% of textiles are even recycled. This is easily recyclable or reusable material. Only 15% in the US are recycled. Of course, less is reused. Reuse and repair. So when it comes to e-waste, you've heard the story, or you've heard the phrase, what got us here won't get us there. Well, that's where we are with e-waste today. They're estimating that e-waste has doubled in the last 10 years and could even double again because so many people are holding on to their old e-waste. I know my wife's got a few PC towers and some other electronic devices living in our garage for some reason. Anybody have a spouse that won't let go of their technology, right? Yeah. So what reuse and repair does is it changes the culture. It makes people think about their equipment, become more involved with it, and maybe not just throw it away or just think, oh, recycling, it's great. Maybe they want to reuse it and repair it. So we'll be hearing more about reuse and repair, changing the culture in Portland, the Bay Area, online, and beyond. So our 4R sampler is kind of like a mishmash of different R's, maybe all R's, so we kind of put them all into one category. We'll be hearing about a zero-waste textile initiative that's just getting going in San Francisco. Signage experiments in Merced that are as educational and informational as they are entertaining. And schools programs that are building sustainable program success for the path to zero waste. So also in our 4R sampler, we'll be learning about zero waste businesses and certification in the US. We'll be learning about EPR for mattresses and other developments in California. And the Holler perspective on EPR for printed paper and packaging. So that's not People, Planet, and Profit. That's printed paper and packaging, which basically means all of our bottles, cans, containers, paper. They're implementing it in BC, Canada right now, and it's kind of a lot of controversy going on. So we'll hear what the Holler take in the US, because some people are promoting that for the US. We'll also hear about big changes in Oakland. Our third R, recycle. We'll hear about some new processing plans at a very large transfer station that we all know very well. LEED certified transfer station in the Pacific Northwest. Mobile collection of several things, including textiles and cooking oil, to recycle more. We'll also be hearing about a NICRA project in Mexico. The green fence. Material quality, quantity, quality, quantity. We'll hear more later. More, really. Mandatory recycling in Alameda County. We'll be hearing more about this and how it's rolling through the county to stop waste. Pardon the puns. Rot, we'll be hearing about anaerobic digestion. So we don't have a whole lot about rot this year because USCC was just 2 months ago and there was a lot of great content there, but we'll be hearing about anaerobic digestion developments in California. An exciting new project in Tulare, we'll hear more about that one in detail. And then the first commercial food waste digester in North America, it's just north of the border in Canada, we'll be hearing about that too. And in case any of you have read The Upcycle by Bill McDonough, Mr. Cradle to Cradle, he's actually calling anaerobic digestion the perfect example of the upcycle. So, that's our zero waste story, or 4-hour story preview for today. Where are we with zero waste today? We've got 100 cities and counties in the US and 30 in California with zero waste goals, and 1 sanitary district on the way. PDF coming to an email near you soon. So, but it's time to do more. It's been a while since we set all these goals for 2020. The recession hit us and maybe held back program funding a bit, but we can do more, and 2020 will be here before you know it. So, zero waste. What is zero waste really about? People say, why do you set the zero waste goal? Why not 70? Why not 80? Well, we shoot for zero because we want to set the expectation for zero and get as close as we can, right? How much waste are you for? 0! All right. Apologies for cross postings. Where's Gary? So, we really need to do more to get to zero. The global volume of waste is actually projected to double by 2025. Sure, it's not going to double here, we hope. But what we do here in the Northwest and in Austin, it's going to affect the entire world. With great leadership comes great responsibility, right? So, zero waste. What is zero waste really about? It's about the local, the community. Rick Anthony, Zero Waste International Connector Extraordinaire, has said all zero waste all around the world is local. And we have this great opportunity to connect to people through sustainability, through the 4 Rs. And you've heard the ridiculous statistic, more people recycle than vote. Sad, but true. I want to see this statistic one day. More people live in zero waste communities than vote. And I don't know about you all, but recycling update, and more importantly, this industry, new and different, pushing the bar higher, is what I love about all of our jobs, all of our careers, this movement towards zero waste. We're the heart of innovation here in the Northwest, Austin, and maybe it's time to move that up the 4 Rs a little bit, push the bar up higher up the 4 Rs. For the future of zero waste, and let's be honest, for the future of any sustainable possibility on this planet. And that's my future right there. His name's Evan. I want to make sure Evan and all of our kids and all of our kids' kids live in a world with zero waste. Thank you. Now we'll get started.